Hey guys, what's going on? I'm darkspidey34, and here I have with me...
I'm Mark.
Mark again. And I don't know if you just go ahead and just turn the mic over here. You introduce yourself.
And Mike's here as well.
This is Mike.
Mike, okay, let me lay down the situation. So, we're sorry to report, but Sam, he's still in space.
Still in
All right,
space.
we tried to send for help, for aid, to get him back, get him safe back in good old America, but, sometimes you just can't pull him out. So, me and Reggie did, before we came over to my house, went to a 7-Eleven, we started asking people, hey, you seen Man of Steel? Mike was the first one that said yeah, so, we just brought him along. Yeah. So, love him or hate him, he's here.
And Man of Steel, as you know, is literally the perfect movie.
Oh, yeah.
It is the
best That's why we're asking it,
ever made.
I actually have not seen Man of Steel.
What the
He said he told me he saw the movie.
Okay.
You promised me lunch.
You promised Man of Steel. You promised witty commentary.
You've had 2 years to fucking see this movie.
I know.
I could have done it 2 years.
You're missing out, man.
You're
You're missing out on watching a guy getting punched through buildings. A lot.
I mean, I'm down to see people get punched through buildings.
It's not very engaging. It's just sort of there. Kind of drowns out like, okay, they're fighting.
Yeah.
This is the part where they fight, and they fight, and they fight.
But dude, what about the part where they talk? It's right before the part where they fight. And
They don't say anything. They just sort of...
No, they say a couple words in the beginning of the movie when they're on that weird planet. That's it. And then they talk with their fists for the rest of the movie.
We've been over this. We've been talking about Man of Steel off and on for a year. And the first time I talked about it with Sam, I kept getting distracted with something else. Like,
it's the curse.
Yeah, I don't know. What else was I talking about? I don't know. I just kept... I kept getting off track and talking about world issues and fucking politics. And I don't even like talking about
Well, before we get more off track, why don't we get back on track then?
What have we talked? Oh, okay.
We need to remove Man of Steel from our vocabulary fully if we're going to kill this beast.
I was wondering when I was going to upload the rest of this because as we're recording this, I have the first part of our podcast up on YouTube. The second part is I'm not going to cut up into 3, I'm going to cut up into 2. We talked about the weird bias against Warner Brothers and DC Comics, at least Warner Brothers superhero films. We talked about how people viewed the special effects in the prequels and that thread on theforce.net. I should have probably saved the document that the text was on.
We talked a lot about the Avengers.
Yeah.
Talked about...
So I don't want to overlap ourselves here.
Oh, yeah. Well, you mainly listed what we all talked about. We talked about a lot of those topics at length. So
this intro is not going to be as interesting because I don't have any clips to show from the Peace video that I'm making. Did you see the video?
Yeah, I did.
Peace? How do you?
I like that. Yeah.
Okay.
It had a nice some like cinematic bits to it. It wasn't just like your usual shit.
Oh, okay. So I'm fucking sorry.
Yeah. Your usual shit is just a picture of Spider-Man. And it's just that for like 12 minutes.
The last episode came out like 2 years ago. So my the way I film stuff has definitely changed.
Oh, yeah.
And people can see that in the other clips from the actual episode that I provided. And I think by the time this goes up on YouTube, that whole video will already be up.
Oh, cool.
The Peace video. I imagine I will finish Regeneration Part 1 finally this summer because I have a lot more free time. But anyway, one of the things I have on here I wanted to talk about was the current state of animation, both in film and on television.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like most animation is geared towards a very narrow kind of variety of writing, and by that I mean basically humor.
Yeah, like simple, very quick humor, like not like joke payoff right after one after another. There's no build up or anything.
I would expect that from animation geared towards a slightly younger age, kids, preteens, stuff like that. But once you start getting into the teens and even adults, most of it is still humorous.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff on like Cartoon Network is pretty much just all kind of just humorous. Nothing really. There's nothing there that takes itself just the tiniest bit seriously. It's all kind of.
I mean, to be fair, like in this kind of like generation of like cartoons and stuff, they are like continuing from like episode to episode now. Like that's something you never used to really see.
Yeah.
It was SpongeBob, and he was doing his thing for one episode, and then next episode he was doing a completely different thing.
Yeah.
But like now it shows like Adventure Time and stuff. Yeah, like Adventure Time, like Steven Universe or something.
It's
like
becoming more
they add main they add characters and they reappear, and it's not like just like they like in the past shows they could totally blow up the whole Earth and then just be like, all right, we're back. I mean, next episode, guys. What else do you want? But this time it's like, oh, we're building up to something, and then But to be fair, like, they do have, like, even though they are building up to something, like, a lot of times it's just like, oh, that was cool, and then, like, where's the next one?
A lot of times it seems kind of lazy to me sometimes.
That too.
Like, they try to be as, like, weird and out there as they can, and it's like a lot of the humor you don't really have to think about. It's just kind of, like, in your face.
It's just
sit
constantly
back and let it happen.
loud and noise and random.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's Flapjack or Chowder, but like the animation in that show it's weird as hell to me. It's like you have like the outlines of the characters.
I think it's Chowder.
And then they're it's like it's a background. It's a still picture, and they like move.
I think it's
around
interesting
the
though.
background. It's strange. Like I don't know. It's off-putting for me. Like when I try to watch it, it's distracting. I don't even know what's going on. In the
You
show.
don't
I'm
watch
just like,
it.
What the hell is going on with the animation?
You don't watch it while you're high. It's gonna really fuck with you.
No, dude, that's what cartoons are for. They're for kids.
That's what
and high
Cartoon
people.
Network.
Yeah.
You don't even have to like change the channel once Uncle Grandpa goes good morning. You can still just.
I hate that show.
But then, like with Adventure Time, it has a similar style of humor, but like Mark said, it connects the story. Like there are a lot of episodes that are just their own story in and of itself, but over the course of this like entire series, like there's one big plot that's kind of like unfolding, and that's one show that I think is really cool that takes that style of humor and makes it work for them.
Well, I kind of feel like, I don't know, near like how many seasons are they in now?
I want to say 6.
5 or 6.
Yeah, like I don't know, some of like kind of like, oh yeah, they're just like in a cool wacky world, and it's just like, oh, there's just more candy cane people. That guy's a jelly bean. What are we doing again? We're just in a weird place. Okay.
But the overall story for it's actually pretty dark. Like he's like the sole human survivor of a nuclear apocalypse, and he's the only human. He's going through. He has issues like he doesn't know who his parents are or anything like that. He was raised by dogs.
And those episodes are cool, but then there's the ones that are in between them that are just like, what if he goes to a land that's full of pillows and he just hangs there?
Well, yeah, it's a kid show. It's a lot of filler.
Didn't he have like kids or something?
Yeah, in that pillow world.
Yeah.
And then he just left.
He lived an entire life in there, and I think he was gone for just like a short period.
Yeah,
of time, like a couple hours.
That was a line in which in the wardrobe sort of deal.
Yeah. Or like the episodes with the Lich. Like he's a scary motherfucker.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, in that sense, animation is doing kind of new stuff, but like by and large, like especially like whatever Seth MacFarlane's putting out.
You just see the new show that he's producing.
What, Border Town?
Oh my god.
The most most racist, like sloppy, like Mexican stereotype of a show.
Okay.
It's just
the previews for that.
It's just like.
I didn't see a preview. I just saw a still.
No, I saw like I saw some of the jokes and I did not laugh.
Yeah, that's what
I kind of just like sat there and just like, really? It's like I thought we were past this, America.
Yeah, I thought this whole border issue was more of a 2004 kind of thing. I don't know why they're bringing it back. I suppose we're kind of scrapped for humor or issues to talk about. I don't think so.
No, it's called Seth MacFarlane needed to find another demographic to just revolve around.
It's the Hispanic Family Guy Cleveland show.
Yeah. And look what happened to the Cleveland show.
Yeah.
Got canceled.
Yeah.
And hopefully this will happen to it too.
The only episodes of the Cleveland show I actually liked was off the top of my head, the hurricane one. When
I couldn't.
And Cleveland Jr. is the only sensible one in the house because it's like it's just essentially a mock of Hurricane Katrina. It's like, guys, we got to do this, we got to do this, we got to do that, and they just don't listen to him.
Yeah.
And it was also dealing with him being an atheist, and the rest of his family was, of course, Christian. That was another underlying part of it, and it had an all right message, you know.
Because he's a smart baby.
No,
because he's a smart. Oh, he's a talking baby.
No. Cleveland Jr. is not the baby. Cleveland
I don't
Jr.
care.
Is
I don't watch that show.
He was in the original Family Guy, but he wasn't fat.
Yeah.
Wasn't he one that was just running around fast, super hyperactive?
Yeah, now he's just fat and slow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
They just had to transmorph him to fit into the
comedy role
template of wife, dumb husband.
They looked at all the previous Family Guy
girl.
cells and were like, "What can we make a? What can we make a
I don't know why
kid?"
he needs to keep making more shows. Like, I feel like he's banking off of American Dad and Family Guy. He could just like ride on that.
And honestly, like I thought I remember hearing like a year back that he like there were like reports like coming from the front, but like, you know, people were saying like he doesn't enjoy making Family Guy anymore.
He doesn't even write the show. He just produces it. He hasn't written for Family Guy in a long time.
But then why is he making Ted? That's pretty much Family Guy.
Because
that bear is Peter Griffin. Replace that bear with Peter Griffin, you have Family Guy.
Family Guy episodes are not really all that diverse. So once he set the general tone of the series, they kind of follow that. You know, except the part where the characters become Flanderized. I think with American Dad, that hasn't happened so much.
Yeah.
With this current season, a little bit, yeah. But most of American Dad, to me, I think is the best thing.
Yeah, I say that's the best of the McFarlane series. Just because, like, they do different things with like every episode. Like one episode, they have the episodes that like end the way you think they're gonna end, and then there's the other episodes that like just throw you a complete twist, and then just like throw it back in your face at the end, and it's just like, hey, we're a TV show, we can do what we want. So,
and I also think American Dad gets a little bit more racy than Family Guy.
Too.
But they're a little bit more subtle about it than whereas Family Guy is just like blatant in your face.
It's here. Let's go to a flashback. Here it is. That's the joke. Let's get back to the story.
That's the joke. They always explain the joke and then they tell you the joke.
Yeah.
That's the cutaway setup. I like. That's not really humorous to me. You have to take a broader approach to telling a joke. You just sort of say, well, remember when that happened? And then the joke is actually in that clip. And it wasn't really what I expected. And there's something additional there.
I think it caught on just because it's so like short, because it's like the internet age. I've some articles you only look at articles for like a couple seconds, or like if a video can't grab your attention within a couple seconds, then it's
that's the whole mentality we were talking about, like Let's Players and stuff. Like if it's 10 minutes, that's like the most digestible like amount that people can like because most people when they sit down and watch something, they sit down and watch like one thing, or like get up and then do like other things because they're on their phones or on their like devices.
A lot of Let's Play videos I see are like 30-40 minutes long.
That's also another.
Well, that's recently a lot of people can do like stuff where they just like upload whole streams to YouTube.
Yeah.
And then like.
So you're talking before they expand.
Yeah. Well, this like
put up 10-minute videos.
Yeah. Like that's something like real recent, like because Twitch hadn't really caught on like a couple of years ago. Like I still remember that's like.
Yeah, that's there.
Like 2012 is when like Twitch like kind of came out, and it wasn't even that popular. It was still like Justin TV or whatever.
Oh, I was dropping in on streams hosted by people on a certain forum just randomly on Twitch. I'd say as early as 2013. Well, that's just my experience. I think that's when Twitch kind of blew up during that time. I had way too much free time. It's okay, guys. This is before I was working on Regeneration Part 1. Because Cataclysm Part 2 came out, and people who do internet reviews, like that guy with the glasses, his video lengths are usually around 30 to 40 minutes as well. And I think it's because you can have an ad in the beginning of the video, ad in the end, and ad in the middle, and they go to commercial break. Red Letter Media has started doing that too. They've been doing that for as long as I can remember. A lot of their videos are that long, like the Best of the Worst.
Yeah.
Is usually 40 minutes long.
40 minutes to like an hour, yeah.
Yeah. So that's a sweet spot for mid-roll ads. And
they also have like those banner ads that can pop up like early on or right away. I try to be a nice person, all right. I could use ad blocker, get rid of those, but no. I I pay my respects to the YouTube community. All right, they give me the giggles, I give them my shekels. All right. In that order.
Stop using ad block. I'm not mad or anything, guys. Just don't use ad block. I'm not mad, okay? Just don't use ad block.
But you're literally taking food out of my mouth.
Exactly. It's just my job, okay? I have bills to pay. All right? I'm not mad. I'm just, what's the word? Something aggressive. I don't know. I'm obviously making fun of Linkara. Linkara, you're a sport. You're fine. Linkara. Speaking of Linkara, you know who Linkara is? On that guy with the glasses. He does comic book reviews. He's sort of a. He's a bit uptight.
Yeah.
Sort of pasty. You know.
I may if I've seen
stereotypical.
Spoonie's videos, because he would always collaborate with him, kind of.
Oh god, they are tight as.
Yeah.
They're thick as thieves. He's been there when no one else that guy with the glasses was.
Mm-hmm.
So I gotta give props to him because. Spoonie, he needs all the help he can get. You know, I gave him some shit, but it was out of admiration, out of, I don't know, bewilderment, I suppose.
Yeah, he used to promote good content, now he's just kind of like a psychopath.
Yeah, he had a review for The Amazing Spider-Man 2 that was longer than the actual film.
Yeah.
And I thought I could go on about it. So, yeah. He actually funded his own Atop the Fourth Wall movie.
Yeah.
Atop the Fourth Wall is his comic book review show. So he's making a movie out of it. When before he would insert like a storyline into every single review that he did, and he's one of those internet reviewers that inserts a story into his reviews.
Like he goes and dresses up and will
he plays,
film himself doing something like he'll make up his he's the one reading comic books, so he's making his own comic book story while he's reviewing the comic book, kind of, right?
Kind of. He's making his own sort of science fiction story as it's happening, and he's playing multiple people. God bless you. Oh, okay. And he's it's just I kind of get lost in it, but then something really bizarre happens, like the way he actually films it, like the scientist clone of himself that was kind of like Dr. Insano, but it was Dr. Link something, so I forget. He creates for him one of those foam animals you get at Six Flags with a metal wire going through.
Oh yeah, those like those little
around.
snakes you can bend them around your arm and stuff.
Yeah, something like that. Sometimes they would be like like lizards or whatever, and you would just like pretend that they were actually real. They smelled really good. I was always smelled them. I love the smell of foam. Anyway,
those foam animals smelled so delicious.
Jesus Christ. Okay, so he brings one of those to life. And he shows Linkara, and it's just like a living, thinking, cognitive thing that doesn't know where it's at. And
does it still have the stick on it?
Yes, it does. And they acknowledge it. And one of the characters later in the video gets like knocked out or something by the antagonist or whatever, and you see the foam animal peeking around the corner as like a Sting music plays, and then it just sort of slowly creeps back. And this is just some bizarre, unintentional humor that is just playing out in front of me, where I go, "What the fuck am I doing? This is so weird."
Yeah, the humor of those guys has always been kind of like
dated,
off
and
center.
dated. Yeah. Another thing I've noticed about that guy with the glasses, they have this reoccurring character, which is just Doug dressed up in like that greasy long hair with the thick glasses. Douchey McNickpick. You ever heard of him? He just, I don't know, whenever someone pisses them off, that's who they just insert. It's like their weird sort of projection of the people who criticize their videos.
While not criticizing them themselves, but making his own character to do it for them.
Yeah, and the problem with that is, at least Douchey is honest about his opinion, okay? Yeah. It's going to sound weird because he's just a made-up character. But what these guys essentially do is Douchey McNickpick's job professionally. Like, they make money off of pointing out flaws that other people have made. Stuff that, people have put their heart and soul in from one degree or another, and, they're making money off of that. At least Douchey McNickpick does it for free. You guys are doing it. You guys are Douchey McNickpick for pay. So
For life,
actually.
A job, as a career.
Yeah, because, he had a perfect opportunity to end the Nostalgia Critic. He went out in a way, it wasn't like the greatest thing ever, but compared to the other stuff that he's done in terms of writing and directing, it's really the best way he could have ended it. It's silly, stupid, over the top way of ending it. and he just brought it back.
Yeah, he wrote that, and he was like, "Wait,
my bank account.
I have to work. I can't just watch movies and then film myself. No, fuck that."
Yeah, his other show, Demo Reel. Oh, God, I can't.
Is it just? It sounds like it's movie related.
Oh yeah, it is. So essentially, he's playing this character, this guy who used to be a failed child star, and he made some movies that did horribly, right? And he has this film crew, and they make parody versions of the recent films that came out. So you guys can't see me, but my
totally
face is in my palms right now.
It's totally not, like
this.
An easy clickbait target that people are doing nowadays. Like, oh, what's popular? Make something about that quick. Yeah. Hurry. We got to get out there. We got to get those clicks.
I mean, to be fair, I did some of that myself, but I always tried to do it way before the actual thing came out, like with Captain America. It was just a short little thing.
That's different, though. This is
like
you,
a 30-second video, that's it.
Yeah, this is you animating. In order for you to get that 30-second video, you had to say, all right, Captain America movie's coming out, like, 4 months. All right.
Yes.
It's going to be pretty popular. So I gotta make a 30-second Lego video.
Yeah.
I'm starting right now, and I'll finish when the movie comes out.
Exactly.
And that, yeah. And then
I made one about The Dark Knight Rises. But the thing was, pretty much almost every single point I had in the video was correct.
Mm-hmm.
People turned Bane into a joke, into a meme, if you will.
Into a meme?
Yes.
If you would.
I was right about the plot twist revolving around Miranda Tate. I was right about Spider-Man.
You're always right about Spider-Man.
I'm always right about Spider-Man.
I mean, come on, who are we talking to?
It's called pattern recognition. I assumed most humans have it, but once again, I could be mistaken. It was a lot of fun replicating the scenes from the trailer. I'm not one of those guys who just likes to replicate a trailer and Lego, because that's too much work for something that isn't really mine, I suppose. And there's an issue with the audio in the trailer. I don't know if it's copyrighted or not. I don't want to risk it. It's YouTube now. It's just Let's Plays and some animators who actually managed to pick up the scraps left by the giants.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of times animators
and I pick up the scraps from those guys.
I'll see animators nowadays they try really hard to get as much content as they out. I've seen one person they put up a full project, and then they put up the I forget what's called when it's just the minimal of movements when it comes to animation. It's just the black and white frames with without all the polish on it. They'll put that up hey, yeah, you can see how it's made, but it's really I need to put a video out, or else I won't get enough money.
Yeah.
To
once again, guys,
keep my partnership.
Second job. So animation and film.
Oh yeah.
Now there's a little bit more diverse in television. I think my point was there are not a lot of serious adult-oriented cartoons here in America. So I guess that's why a lot of people are watching some Eastern animation anime.
Oh, you're talking about those anime?
Yeah. Had anyone ever heard of anime?
No, I've never
heard about some anime.
I've never heard of an anime.
Anime?
No.
Anime?
No.
Anime. Mm-hmm. Just like my Chinese cartoons. And I was just, I guess there's little money in action animated TV shows, because a lot of those ended up getting canceled or whatever. Because Young Justice was a serious animated show on Cartoon Network, and that got canceled. Yep. Oh, the Spectacular Spider-Man, the animated show that was on back in 2008, 2009. That had 2 great seasons. It was a really, really great run of Spider-Man. Probably the best Spider-Man show that has ever aired, because it took an original take on some of these characters, and it told a decent story at the same time. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if it was because of DVD sales or whatever, it just got canned. Oh no, I know why. It was because that was back when Disney bought Marvel. Yeah.
Really that far back?
Yes.
2008.
It was 2008, 2009 was when it had its second season. Then when we get to 2010, that's when we get to the whole, there was a reboot happening. Marvel was being bought by Disney, so they had some weird, they were going through this weird sort of transit with some of the television rights for the characters. So that's why we have Ultimate Spider-Man that is now going on its 4th season. And that show is absolute trash. And
where's that show? What's that? What channel is that on?
It's on Disney XD.
Oh, that's probably why.
And adult animation isn't doing much better. At least, kids have some variety nowadays. In film, most of it's computer animated, family films. And the only variety I'm getting from in terms of computer animated films is stuff from DreamWorks, which I was not expecting, because you got stuff like we brought up Kung Fu Panda, but I don't know if you really agree with that all that much. I felt like it had more
I've only
heart
seen the
and
first
soul.
one. I've never seen the second.
Okay, I feel like it had more heart and soul and appreciation for the culture in the films than a lot of the
Border
other
Town has for its culture it's trying to depict.
And I kind of feel the same way towards How You Train Your Dragon, specifically towards Nordic culture. There might be some things they got wrong.
I love those movies.
Yeah, see, there you go. And it has the balls to be a little bit more dark or violent, but not in a way that's completely jarring or morbid.
It's like Toy Story 3.
Yeah, it's
a sad movie.
Oh, yeah.
Toy Story 3 was just like Toy Story 2, though. It was
the
same movie.
Want to go? Well, it kind of was a little bit. Yeah.
There's the whole Russia and U.S. metaphor that was supposed. I've heard some fair theories with the whole the bears were Russia and the it was. I don't know. It was weird. I haven't seen that movie since it came out, but it was. I remember being very sad.
I remember being very sad at the end too. But I'm a huge puss, so whatever.
You cry?
A lot of the newer
I don't
animated.
cry.
A lot of the
Movies
newer
don't make me
animated
cry.
family movies are all the same. They all seem like the exact same animation style.
Yeah, stuff because they're being produced by the same company.
It's
They're
pretty
being
much
pushed
just
out.
them putting out.
Yeah, Disney and Pixar, because I generally like Tangled, but when Frozen came out, I seen a lot. It seemed like they just copied that character palette.
They did a lot.
And it didn't help that the two main characters were sisters in Frozen. They had Elsa and Anna, and it's just that same sort of face, with the big eyes.
And I've listened to other people say that
nose,
it does look like they just remodeled the existing Tangled model to make one of them.
Not all of the designs in Frozen are awful. I think. Okay, well, generally. It feels bland. Some of the environments seem a bit bland. Like Arendelle seems incredibly bland. The character design for the extras seems incredibly. Let's just fucking throw them out there.
Just make the same guy over and over and just hope people don't just throw a couple little normal different ones in the front, but mostly just push all the same ones to the back. Just make it look like there's more people.
Yeah, and some of the castle walls seem incredibly copy-paste and stretched out just a tiny bit. I don't know. Maybe it's just me who noticed.
But dude, this one I still haven't seen. I've heard everyone's going crazy about it.
Oh yeah, everyone's
seen stuff all over. Apparently people love it, but I still haven't got around to watching it.
Yeah, it's either someone's waifu or some weird lesbian incest insert. And trust me, you will find neither when you actually watch it. I was incredibly disappointed. It's not what love means.
But dude, it's all about they spent all the money on those snow physics.
I was about to say that. The
snow
looks so fucking good. It's the best looking CGI snow I've ever seen in my life.
That's what they let off. Before they announced the movie, hey, we're gonna make some.
It's gonna be.
We're gonna be making some cool ass snow.
Literally,
just wait.
Literally cool.
They had that GIF of the snow crumbling in 4 different ways, based on how packed the snow would be in real life, and it was just
It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. Yeah. Gorgeous. Everything else though is kind of.
So they made their priority how much snow can we show on screen?
It's just like Weta when they did Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. They're just okay, we're gonna focus our efforts on this, and that. Everything else can go, look like shit. Mm-hmm. They get some leeway with the first Lord of the Rings films because of the time they were made. There's no excuse now. Even for stuff like Planet of the Apes, all the close-up shots of Caesar look fantastic. When it's just one chimp on screen, he's just interacting with James Franco, who, of course, he's out-acting James Franco. He's being out-acted by a chimp. And that's just because Andy Serkis is Andy Serkis, and what are you going to do? He's going to out-act, a lot of people, and get no recognition for it, because there's no Oscar category for motion capture. What are you gonna do?
It should be at this point.
Yeah, and it should just go to him. Everyone.
And the
should
guy
just...
who accepts it has to come out in that ball suit and receive the award, so they can mocap the monkey on him later.
I want to see Andy Serkis walk out because he has a very particular frame, and I've seen him in that skin tight outfit so many times. So just, oh man! And he comes out with that saxophone because he can play the sax too. So I just wanted to come out and just start playing something as he's walking out on stage.
I want to see a video of Caesar playing the saxophone.
See, that's what we could get if we just had. Why don't more people wear mocaps? All right.
Yeah, I mean,
people are filming everything nowadays.
Ted
they could be making some pretty cool comedy stuff, but we just had like everyday people, and then you Photoshop them in the Jack Sparrow.
Ted made an appearance where?
On the Academy Awards.
Oh.
Ted makes an appearance, not Caesar. Did Gollum make an appearance at any of the Academy Awards?
I don't remember.
Did they have? I don't think they had the technology to do that. I distinctly remember.
Smurg was on Colbert.
You mean the guy who was playing him, or was he like?
No, they literally when they had.
Hello, Steven.
No, like literally, it was like his last episode that they filmed, and Smaug broke through, like, and they had like a sit down of him, and it was like CG Smaug.
Is that real?
Yeah, that happened.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
I'll show you it later.
Especially when the show started, because when the show began, we couldn't imagine doing anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I have some old recorded videotapes of like the Daily Show from like 2003, and they're just talking about.
Did you know that Stephen Colbert was actually in The Hobbit?
Yeah.
Because he's a huge fan of it.
Where is he at?
He was like one of the like.
It's one of the.
I think he was one of the elf guardsmen or something.
I thought he was one of the guys who was in Lake Town. He was one of the guys on the boat with the eye patch. He was the first guy you see when they're signaling all the spies that Bard was coming home.
To be fair, I haven't actually seen it. This is just speculation. People were like, like they were like looking like there was one part where just a bunch of dead elf bodies. Like, is one of these Steven? Like, and they were like looking at all the faces, like trying to like.
Mark, it's all CGI. All right.
Oh yeah, like
none of those people were real.
Like that dwarf.
Yeah. I finally knew what you were talking about. I'm sorry, I didn't understand what you meant. I thought
because they brought that back to Red Letter Media. They were saying like the same thing you were saying about that movie. Where like it was really distracted by that one dwarf. He was riding a ram.
Yeah.
He was like
he was a pig. He was riding a giant pig.
Yeah. He's like I couldn't tell if he was CG, but then they got up to his face. He's like, oh yeah.
It's the way his mouth
CG,
moves.
Yeah.
It's like puppety. It's like
you can see. Yeah. You can look at the corners of their mouth. They like flex correctly, or they try not to make them open too much so that they don't.
I knew he had a stand-in for the shots, for the over the shoulder shots. It was a stand-in, I think. I don't know. It's just like what I said last time. I don't know if it looks good. If it's good makeup, but it looks like CGI is like good makeup. I don't know. It's probably because they rushed it. They probably should have not released. I don't know what benefit they could have had by releasing the films 1 year apart. I guess it was just like Lord of the Rings, but still.
You get the brew hype again.
Were Lord of the Rings 1 year apart?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I remember seeing it in
2001,
theaters, but I thought
2002.
waiting longer. But I was a kid, so.
A year to a kid is a lot more than a year for an adult. I've learned this the hard way. Like, just watching older episodes of shows I used to watch, like, wow, that went by really quick. Okay.
Yeah.
The way you process time is a lot different.
I remember when I saw the very first Lord of the Rings, and we were looking at the movie times in the newspaper.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why most kids' films are like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
They want to, because kids will get fucking bored.
I had
Not even
ADHD, and it was hard to get me to pay attention to anything, but for some reason, Lord of the Rings had me glued to the screen for all 3 hours of it.
I can't say the same thing. My parents rented the tape like a year after it came out or something. And I'm just like, this is, like, when it got to Bilbo disappearing and walking up to the house, that's like, that's the last thing I remember.
Frodo?
No, it was Bilbo.
Was it Bilbo?
Yeah, because it was during his birthday party.
Oh,
so
right,
that right in the beginning.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is boring. I'm going to watch Harry Potter. So,
I wonder, with kids movies nowadays, you gotta make them short, not only for the kids, but for the parents. You have to sit through that shit and are not into it at all.
Oh, yeah. You have to put in some
slightly racy, or
it's the way you design the characters.
Yeah.
Like Mars Needs Mom, that movie is dreck, absolute dreck. But the way they design the aliens, I remember listening to an audio review from Spill.com because I didn't see the movie. I just listened to the review.
Yeah, I don't think anyone saw that fucking movie.
And then they said, man, whoever designed these aliens must have been an ass man. because the aliens in Mars Needs Mom has got back. They've got wide birthing hips. It's ridiculous. And the cameraman, the digital cameraman, they get all up in there. Not all up in there, but it's in the shot. They're in the shot. The way they designed the mother from Tangled, or the stepmother, sort of that mature, still good-looking kind of design and everything. Like, that was original-looking character, I think. It wasn't just a template of someone else. But I think they copied and pasted that template, that Anna, Elsa, Rapunzel face, even onto, like, the rabbit in the movie Zoopedia, whatever that new Pixar movie with the fox and the rabbit.
Never heard of it.
I don't know if that's Pixar or if that's Disney. I think it's Disney. I don't remember. But I'm looking at that rabbit's face. I'm like, I see that character. It has the same eyes, same sort of the way the face moves, the way they just sort of have that sort of half eye open, raised eyebrow kind of look. That smug, like you want to punch them in the face sort of look.
That punchable face.
Yeah, that fox has that permanent face. And every single thing I've seen the fox in, it has that fucking face. I don't like violence against animals. All right? But the hunt needs
only
to
when they
begin.
deserve it.
Hunt,
that one deserves it.
I would go on a hunt with a whole bunch of gentlemen to kill that fucking fox. There's this sicker hounds on it. My dog looks like a fox. And I just, fuck it.
You're right. That's kind of like the thing about Pixar now. Like, they've adopted their one style. And so, like, they even, like, have said that, like, there's probably not going to be any more 2D animation, like, full-fledged movies. Because, 3D is much more impressive. And, like, once they have, like, all their modeling team and stuff done, they're not going to just hire a bunch of artists just to, like, make a 2D movie.
Yeah, it's time.
It's too risky.
I think I prefer 2D animation to 3D. 3D effects can enhance a shot. They can enhance certain elements of the film, but I think 2D animation ages better.
It does.
Because 3D animation has been around in film for about 30 years or so. I know Tron was a bit stylized, and that was the point. But then when you see Tron Legacy, you go, oh shit, I don't know if I can even look at this other stuff.
Yeah.
But soon, I don't know about soon, but eventually Tron Legacy will look aged. So you're kind of just eating your own tail away when you go, well, look how cutting edge all this stuff is. It's like what I brought up with the prequel films and the digital cameras that they used. And the abundance of visual effects, and not really going back to the way things were done and just refining that process. Like with Titanic looks good. Blade Runner still looks good. All those films came out decades ago. And that's the chair. And I just don't understand what the point is. I guess, do people not see it?
See what?
See that happening. Do they not care? Do they just go, oh, look, it's bright and shiny for this moment. Then we just forget about it.
No, I agree with what you're saying, because the Tron was a good example. I watched Tron Legacy before I ever watched the original, and when I watched the original, like, it was just mind-blowing to me how far it come, but you're right, in like 10, 20 years, we'll have the same reaction towards Tron Legacy. Yeah. But with, like, 2D animation, it kind of all, like, newer 2D animation looks pretty similar to, like, animation that came out in, like, the 80s and 90s. Yeah. And, like, you can do certain things with it that are okay in 2D, but if you try to do that in 3D, it looks weird and it would be, like, hard to animate. I also feel like it would be more risky to do it in 3D because you're spending all this money on cutting-edge graphics and technology, and so there's more of a demand for, like, a high payoff so that you make out on top. Whereas, like, 2D I feel like would be a little bit of a cheaper alternative. So if it does flop, like, you're not as far in the hole.
Well, I'm just saying, like, right now, Pixar, they have this whole team of animators that does 3D. Like, they work on 3D modeling and stuff. So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. If you already got it in place, then I wouldn't change it. But I don't know why other people would steer away from it because of that.
But it seems like they are. Like, you don't see anything 2D coming out. Like,
3D animation is actually a lot more expensive, from what I heard. Especially nowadays, it gets more expensive. And when smaller studios try to tackle computer animation, it just looks sort of like abhorrent. Like like that movie with the nuts. What was it called? The Nut Job? With the squirrel and the dog.
Like
it was a Korean studio that animated it because outsourcing your animation is cheap as hell, but CGI is expensive. So what do? You outsource it. Yeah, it's good for them. It's good for Korea, I guess.
That was a shit movie though.
I guess I didn't see it.
It's called The Nut Job.
We went to
that movie. If you bought a ticket to that movie, you paid $12 for like an hour and a half testicle jokes. That's all you spent your money on.
They actually had like a Gollum joke in one of the previews for.
Yeah, they
Desolation
did. He was like,
Smog.
my precious nuts, my precious balls. You get it, kids? I'm talking about dick, but I ain't talking about it. That's how you get around it.
Hey, Mom and Pop, isn't this funny?
What I got from the previews was just a bunch of hyperactive squirrels, like the whole like ADD thing.
Yeah, squirrels are hyperactive. That's a trope, I think, or something like that, or a cliche. I don't know the difference.
And then they got Psy to do Gangnam Style with the squirrels.
It was Korea. Gangnam Style is Korean.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, so that's why I had such a close
he's
connection.
South Korean.
Well, like it mattered. Any studio could have done it, but I think they had a closer relation to it, and that's why they actually put him in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, that's another thing that's aged horribly already. Gangnam Style. When I don't even remember when that came out. Was it 2013?
Must have been.
Yeah. Rebecca Black was 2011. Gangnam Style was 2013. Was it Harlem Shake 2012? Yeah.
No, Harlem Shake was after Gangnam Style.
Sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Sure.
Pretty sure. It was that because Gangnam Style was trying to do its like 1 billion views or whatever, and then Harlem Shake was there for like a second, and then it got way annoying.
Oh, okay. I remember I remember peering in before it reached 1 billion on the actual official video.
And all the comments were like,
yes.
"Please watch it.
Are you
please?
Kidding? Hey guys, remember to watch the most popular video on the internet. Bye." And immediately just completely drown out with the same fucking comment. Like it's famous for being famous. You don't need to.
Yeah, but to be honest, to be fair, at this point, no one's having like good discussion about Gangnam Style on the Gangnam Style video. So it might as well just be a wall of text at that point.
They're probably talking about like politics or immigration.
This is why we need to nuke those Koreans.
Exactly. That's exactly what they're talking about.
While we're talking about popular videos, I saw something recently that was a list of the most viewed videos that weren't music videos, and like the majority of them are Play-Doh unboxings. Play-Doh unboxings and secret eggs, which are candy chocolate eggs with toys inside. Like, I don't know what it is. I was looking at the video, and like most of them were like unboxings and reviews of just weird products and stuff.
I think there is some sort of... I think people watch those and they get into this weird sort of relaxation sort of. They get into this state of fuck me, I can't get this line out. Oh my god. They get into a state of relaxation watching someone unbox stuff and talk about unboxing it. They find the sounds of the box and the person's voice soothing and calming.
I know exactly what it is, because like whenever I get like a new piece of technology or something like that, if I'm deciding to buy it or if I am like waiting for it to get to me, I'll watch unboxings just to like appease that desire. Just like I want it here now. I don't know. It's like an excitement of getting like a new gadget or something.
Yeah.
But it was just weird because like the secret eggs are like just candy eggs with little cheap toys and like little plastic toys inside.
Exactly. That's exactly. I think that.
Except some of that I don't like. Okay. Like there's certain types of people who get it, and there's the ones who don't, and are just like, this is just stupid. But I mean, I'm like one of the people who like, yeah, I get that sensation when there's like that soft, quiet like noise, but like. It creeps me out when it's like a person whispering into your ear. Like people will do that. Like I'm just gonna take this brush. I'm just gonna brush against my chin.
I love that though.
See, yeah, that's what.
But there's ones that are specifically like girlfriend compliment video, and it's just like, what if you were like laying in the bed and this girl's like, you're so nice. You smell so nice.
I mean, yeah,
and they're
okay,
like
that breaks immersion.
And then they make like little kiss noises, like. And it's like,
okay.
And it's like that for just like 12 minutes, and it's just like when you look back, it's just this girl on her bed, like trying to like have sex with a camera, like that. That's pretty much what it is.
You're talking about the like 3D sound, right? Like you put on headphones and it sounds like it's supposed to sound like it's real, like actually. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I found a bunch of these recently and went into them, and like I saw the ones you were talking about. And there's definitely different ones for like whatever demographic that you're looking for, but the two that stood out to me was the one. There was one at Barbershop. That one was really cool and kind of creeped me out just because like you would twitch, like they get next to your ear. and feel like you're getting about to get cut or something, and you like twitch away from a sound. So like I thought that was really cool.
There was a guy playing the guitar in the corner of the room.
Yeah, exactly. And the other one I did was a hostage situation.
Oh, I heard that one too.
That one was really cool. And we actually got I was listening to it with a couple other people, and so we like wanted to get into this one, so we like found some rope, and I got myself like tied to the chair. Like we actually tied myself to a computer chair, put on a blindfold, and put headphones on, so I made like the real deal.
Like you could have been actually murdered.
I could have, yeah. I put myself in a dangerous situation, but but that one was really cool because he was like right up in your face. Like it was almost like I could feel him like breathing down my neck, even though it's just sound. So like it's impressive to me how you can make someone feel like put someone in that situation just based off audio alone.
I have two good ones here. One, I found one where Bane gives you a haircut. So it's this voice right here. Oh, I'm gonna put a bag over your head. Oh, I'm gonna put a gun for you. Oh. And I was just never able to find it again. And then another one I found, someone linked to it on a forum, right? And it was essentially two Japanese girls licking your ears for about like, and they were speaking Japanese like this. I don't want to make fun of the language, but
Ching chong.
Yeah.
Mark wants to make fun of the language.
And they just start licking your ear and everything. It's really fucking intense and really creepy. And someone made like another version of it, but like halfway through, it just like the noise just blares up and it just starts playing this random song. Like it just kind of fucks you over because you think you're just gonna like, oh, this is nice. So it's the ear licking is incredibly intense. So you gotta just and it is partially sexual. Because if you listen to it wrong and you visualize it wrong, it sounds like they're sucking two dicks like right next to your ear.
It's just like, listen to this.
Like I'm listening to like, wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Whenever I'm
oh god. Oh god.
In the first place.
Whenever I'm outside,
it's in my ear,
and I see like people jogging with like headphones or just like listening to headphones, I'm always imagining they're listening to something weird like that. Just like ASMR, like foot being pushed in the face. He's like, yeah, I like hearing that. He's like. And there's some guy jogging like, oh, I can't wait to get home and have that happen to me.
Or sounds of being chased while you're jogging.
Or like gunshots.
I'm gonna get you.
Or a car, or honking horns, which would be stupid. This one guy whose videos I rather like, I think he's called Inferial Rift. He's sort of a bald guy. He did the Candyman video, where it's like the post-apocalypse and like candy's been outlawed by the government. And you walk into like this sort of, you don't walk in, but it just starts out with you in this sort of space, and it's like an illegal candy store. So he goes through all this candy, and then they act like it's, like drugs or something.
Yeah.
So he did one where he's reading some, he has like this mask on, and he's reading some Lovecraftian, and he chooses the one that mainly centers around... That's basically a metaphor for interracial marriage. And like, why would you choose that for your fireside story? That is not relaxing at all. I forgot what the specific story was called. Because a lot of it kind of centers, a lot of his writings sort of centers around, interracial relationships.
Yeah.
I don't know why you would want to go to sleep for that, unless you didn't understand what it meant.
Yeah, some people just want to listen to words when they fall asleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that. I listen to just people talking about
interracial marriage.
Yeah, interracial marriage
and sexual activities.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Puts me right to sleep. It's like warm milk.
Well, for you, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know about you. Stay away from this guy.
Yeah, talking keeps me up. Maybe something I can zone out to.
Yeah.
Because then I'll pay attention to like what they're saying.
Someone should go over like math or some shit. Like go over algebra so people can listen to it and actually learn
you know
something.
that there's literally YouTube. Okay, you want to talk about weird YouTube videos? There's a guy who he staged like this live event where he counted to 1 million in like over the course of like 17 days or something.
Like nonstop?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Like he took breaks, but he would like as much time as he could. Like he had it filmed of him just going like 4,700, 788, 4,700, 789, and then just like I saw like the video of him like saying like 1 million, and he just like collapsed and was like, ugh.
Dude, if you lost your place, that would suck. Like, you cycled through the tens twice. Oh, fuck.
But like, there's also videos of people like, all right, here I am drinking a bottle of water. All right, I drank that bottle of water. Video's done, and he's got 60 videos of that.
There is a video that is purely Macaulay Culkin eating a piece of pizza.
Oh, we know.
Well,
It's like
Macaulay
a
Culkin.
7-minute video, but it's complete. It's so weird. Like, it just starts off. He just sits down with a bag, like completely silent the entire time. He just sits there and eats the pizza. It's like a 7 or 8 minute video. At the end, what kind of pizza? It was a big like deep dish pizza. He had to like fold it in half to eat it.
It's not deep dish. That's New
Or
Jersey
Chicago,
pizza.
is that Chicago style?
Chicago pizza's
Or is
deep
that New
dish.
York?
That's That's New York
New York
pizza.
New York
so-
is the big flat pizza.
Yeah,
Okay,
you've had
that
to
was
fold
New
it
York
over.
style. Anyways, he just eats his pizza for like 6-7 minutes, and then at the end of it, he like crumples all his trash up, puts it in the bag, slides it over, sits there for a second, lets it digest, and he says, "I'm Macaulay Culkin. I just had pizza." And
Wait,
the video's over.
You didn't show us shitting it out?
No.
Might as well.
Dude, that's
Go to this
common.
link to watch me shit it out, because I can't do it on this website.
And then it just plays Home Alone 2. And then you click that link.
This is the shit I was talking about. Home
Yep.
Alone 2. I don't know how bad Home Alone 2 is. I haven't watched.
I wonder if he got paid for that.
You
I
probably,
mean, he probably did. I feel like one.
he probably got a lot of Twitter followers from that. That's good. That's the same thing as money.
I don't understand. Is that like a fetish or just some kind of like
Oh, that is
psychological
definitely
thing?
okay.
I think it's just to
that
see
he
a
wasn't
celebrity.
doing that for a fetish, but that is definitely a fetish. That
Hey.
people will sit down and watch thin Japanese women eat giant bowls of like
Yeah.
meat, and then they'll just watch it and be like, "Oh, fit a hot dog in your mouth. Yeah, now eat some peaches and cream."
I feel everything is at least one person's sexual fetish.
Yeah.
Well, that's what you get when you have large-brained mammals. We're just when it comes to pondering our place in the universe and problem solving, we're one thing. But when it comes to sexuality, that becomes a whole other monster because of that very
There's so
same
many
reason.
things you can put in your butt.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I mean, dolphins are, they are very
They fuck.
sexual beings. It's weird.
Yeah, they're one of the only few. They like. Dolphins are fucked. Dolphins do not care what they are having sex with.
They're a weird mirror into us.
They even like kill younger dolphins just for like sport. They don't eat it or anything like that. There was a issue with a bunch of baby dolphins washing up on the shores of California, and they couldn't figure it out. And it was like schools of other dolphins would just gang up on these babies, just mutilate them, and then just leave them there. Like, dolphins are fucked.
Yeah. Sounds like someone else we know.
If we got
Human. No,
What
because
do you mean?
humans are pretty fucked too. If I'd say one animal that freaks me out the most, I'd say it was humans. No offense.
well, I
Humans
mean,
scare the fuck out of me.
yeah,
They're
like,
also kind of my favorite because they're fascinating. I being a self-hating human, and being all about humanity, being human-centric. And if we ever contact a galactic civilization, I will remain that way, true to my roots. All right, we don't need these other aliens helping us out. All right, watch, they're gonna do something horrible. All right, and we can't call them out on it because it would make us seem speciesist.